Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
It's that time again, guys. Geo Chat Saturdays. Woo.
It's the Geo Chat.
Yeah, we have a title for the podcast now. Woo.
I know, right? I feel pretty proud of it, even though it's a super generic name. But I'm super proud of it.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good because it's like kind of like Geo Guesser or Geo whatever geocaching.
Right. So, as you see from the title, I'm Geo. I'm the penguin sitting right next to Souls right there.
Oh wait, sorry. It's your thing, huh? It's
Geo with the Geo Chat.
Oh yeah.
So
I should you need to be front and center. Let me lower myself a little bit there. Here we go.
Yeah. See, you're too tall. You're too tall with me.
Right,
you know.
I'll just do the whole stream like this from now on, where I'm looking up to you. So. I don't know if you guys also could tell. This stream is a little bit different. But it might just be a thing all the time because Geo does live in another place, so.
Yeah, it does. I do live hours away, so unfortunately I can't make it every time.
Yeah. So this one is being done over Discord, kind of like a test run, but.
Yep. So, one thing I will say is hopefully everything works out. Oh, I was getting there, my guy. I was gonna make it. You're fine. How is it going? Everything okay?
It's fine.
Wow, he's like, you're gonna ask me, does it have a huge elaborate story? But I will say, you did 2 private streams the last couple of days. How did that feel?
It's fine.
Oh, come on, man. It's fine. It's just fine.
It was basically an experiment, because, like, I wanted to do a thing where it's just like I kind of want to show more of my personalities, and I'm just kind of curious on different ways of making content. So it was kind of an experiment, and I think there's a lot of things I could have done better.
Yeah, it's your first run and everything. So
yeah, especially the psychology one, because 2 things about that one.
All right, shoot.
One. I should have done the Enneagram test before, so I knew it was paid walled.
So I knew it was paid walled.
Yeah,
I guess that did kind of throw you off. Yeah.
Second, I am incorrect about the Enneagram one, where that one I just recently did some research. The Enneagram is actually older than the Myers-Briggs test.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently the Enneagram came first, but yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh, so you said you're faster on a little bit, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. But
okay.
Yeah,
so do you plan on ever making another one like that?
If I do more research on personality stuff, yeah. I love psychology. I think it's very interesting. Hello. I'm talking to you. Moving car right now. Don't crash.
Yeah. If anything happens, Jim, please don't crash. But I do appreciate you popping in.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they were basically experiments. Those would be kind of far and few. The gaming streams will probably come back next week. I did do a poll. So Alone in the Dark basically won both on Twitter and YouTube. So,
Ooh, exciting.
so I do need to buy that, and then those will be streamed on Saturday, Sunday night, and probably Friday
Ooh.
night.
Okay, so it'll be 3 nights in a row. Do you plan on streaming that game?
Yeah. And
Ooh, are you
then I
excited?
probably will play Dragon's Dogma because there was one both vote. Probably that one would be Friday morning and Sunday morning because I do have something planned in the morning of Saturday.
Okay, okay. So you have a busy weekends coming up now, huh?
Yeah, especially IRL work sending me away. So because I would have liked to play Alone in the Dark when it first comes out, but didn't get to.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That's enough about me. Let's go to. Oh, I guess I need to ask how you're doing.
Wow, he's like as an obligatory thing. No, we can go to the topic on hand.
Okay. Yes.
So the topic that we have today is actually something I thought about for a while, and I just wanted to just have a conversation because we're on YouTube now, right? So I want to talk about how it was when we were kids, or like when we first got into the whole YouTube, like the hole that we're in. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
No. Just kidding. No. I got what you're saying. So basically, we're talking about when we first got into YouTube and how it's changed over the years. If not, like our past experience with it. Yes.
Right, like
as a viewer, right?
Yeah, because like I'll start it off with when I first started using YouTube. It was solely for music. It wasn't like looking up videos or anything like that. It was solely just to like listen to music.
Which
when I very first started.
A lot of people, yeah.
Right. So I didn't like look up like any TV shows. I didn't look up any like weird facts or anything like that. Because YouTube now, you can look up anything. There's a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I don't think there was.
Yeah. So yeah, YouTube has definitely changed because I think my first introduction was the exact same thing as you. It was music. You go like if you wanted to find music, you can just if you knew the title and everything, you could look it up.
Yeah.
And for me, if you needed to know how to do something, there was tutorials.
Right. A big one for me was, I believe I was around like middle school age, was like music only or music, and then there was the whole like how do you the X thing, like how do you change oil, how you change tire for a car, or it could be like how do you do something with your phone or email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because it was very like educational, I guess you could say.
it wasn't really supposed to be educational. It was supposed to be like share your videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think like in that point too, I think it so like now thinking about that, like YouTube started in a very weird place because you always got those one-hit wonders, and then again, people didn't actually view it as a career. And
there wasn't like careers for that.
Yeah, and now it's just like blown up to you could make a living off of it. You could get a YouTube partnership and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for some people that'd be like a dream goal. And then for others, it's just like they just want to do something for the outside world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So like, that would be like the first like Let's Players, or like the first people that you watch video games on. Like people are playing video games and you're just watching them play.
So
who was the first one for you in that aspect?
First Let's Player that I watched.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like Rooster Teeth / Achievement Hunter around there.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's R.I.P. for Rooster Teeth, and they've probably helped a lot of kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Red versus Blue was one of the first like actual series on YouTube. I almost
Which
say
is
first,
very to tell you the truth, like they did a fantastic job with Red versus Blue because basically they kind of made their own TV show on YouTube with that. So
yeah, right. So it got people to freaking watch.
if we're talking about when we first started getting into YouTube, believe it or not, I didn't know it existed until I got a Wii, and I think it was when I was 8 to 10 years old.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think I learned about it until I want to say I was like 12. Because I didn't like I had cable as a kid, never had an actual computer.
See, I had, and yes,
12.
YouTube sucked on the Wii. I was say it's Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't really know how to do internet well. I would say I was into YouTube even before the Wii.
Really?
Yeah.
Still, like,
Because again, I didn't have cable, so my safe place was. I've been on the internet for a long time. I gotta say.
okay. So yours was like Rooster Teeth and everything.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
what about how did you feel about it? Like when you were watching, did you like happen to stance on it, or did you like actively look for it?
I think I was just passing by because like I wouldn't say like Rooster Teeth was like the first thing I would watch on YouTube. It was more as like I watched all the meme videos, the Gopher, the Chocolate Rain, Leave Britney Alone, all that stuff, and then the other viral videos. And it wasn't the most. It wasn't until like Red versus Blue where it's like okay, consistently watching because they had consistent content coming out. Had to use motion controls all the time. God, imagine using motion controls on YouTube on a Wii all the time.
Dude, you let's talk about the Wii. So okay, so we were talking about like Happy Jam, like we go on YouTube on the Wii. I can't imagine using the Wii remote with how unreliable that motion sensor is.
You just had to pay for the Motion Plus pack on it.
Yeah,
Remember the one that came with Wii Resort?
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was so dumb.
It didn't work.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
Happy Jam. That's pretty unfortunate because I remember like hovering over and the thing would be like going in circles, and you just could not, for the life of you, get something precise on them.
See, the thing is, on the Wii, I have played a lot of shooter games, so I had the Zapper to help.
Ah, the Zapper, the good old Zapper.
Yeah. But going back to the YouTube thing,
yeah.
Like, what was like the first YouTuber that you consistently watched?
So the first one, it's gonna sound really generic, and it's still very generic. Was probably PewDiePie. Was the very first like YouTube Let's Play person that I ever watched. Mm-hmm. That I personally remember.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time that I did it was because this was back, I think, in middle school or maybe the beginning of high school. I only used YouTube for like music and everything for like the longest time. Then I got the video game called Outlast. Do you know about it?
Yeah, everybody knows on it.
Yeah, right? So I got the game Outlast and I beat it, right? I was like, oh my god, that was so much fun. And then PewDiePie started a series about it, and I was like, because I looked up Outlast on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So then I started watching him, and I was like, oh my god, he's doing the same thing. Or like, oh, he did this different for me, and his like reaction to shit. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, that's really cool. And then that's when it got me into the rabbit hole, like watching other people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, damn, that's super cool. Damn, oh my gosh. And then it gets to the point where like you play a game and then you want to see a certain person's reaction to it, so you look up that person's reaction to that game, like other people's reaction.
You had a general connection of like figuring out how this person. I watch Achievement Hunter for Michael to rage on games. I just wanted to watch him suffer.
Oh, did you really?
That's the main thing I watched on Achievement Hunter was the rage quit game plays that Michael and Gavin would play together.
Oh my gosh, you just watch people suffer and just have a hard time in life? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, because mine was just like, oh my gosh, I just doing this cool thing. I want to see what other people do with it as well, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then I think the next like gaming YouTuber that I watched was probably Markiplier.
Markiplier?
Yeah. My first experience with PewDiePie was him playing The Walking Dead in Conker's Bad Fur Day. Ooh, I didn't know that he played Conker's Bad Fur Day, actually.
I need to watch it Conquer Bad Fur Day. That game is so inappropriate for what it is, but it is such a fun game, man.
Did it recently get a remake, though?
Did it? Oh my god, if it did, I need to play it.
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think, was one of the first games where I thought to myself, I have no idea how my parents didn't know about this, how inappropriate this is.
Well, the thing is, that game, it looked like a cute animal, innocent, and then he reloads an AR or an AK or something.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, like, very, like, adult things, quote-unquote.
Yeah. Too bad the sequel got canceled. I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
There are some pretty gross things in that game, though.
I think at that time it was like, yeah, it was probably a bad release. I mean, nowadays I feel like, well, actually, I take that back. As I say, maybe they could get away with it, but
I don't know if they could. I think when it got out was probably the best time it could have gotten out. If we're being honest,
it is the time. I think at that time when
it might have been like when video games started being like, "Hey, you probably can't do this anymore."
Yeah, because that was like the time with the parents going, "But think of the children."
Yeah, think of the children. Well, that game, like I said prior, I'm very surprised my parents bought that for me. It was like, nice. Damn. That was like, oh my god. Yeah. But going back on YouTube wise, I remember watching like some videos and then like when they first introduced the like and dislike button, how controversial that was.
Was that? Oh yeah, that wasn't always a feature, was it?
Yeah, it never was always a feature. You don't think about it because you feel like it's always been there. Yeah. But yeah, it's never been a feature.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Or like the notification on the subscribe button.
Well, I knew that. They added that.
Right? That wasn't always there. Like clipping and videos wasn't always there.
Mm-hmm. Sharing pet playlists and stuff.
Yeah, like they added that stuff on. Because I remember people were like, oh, they can't. I think they took away like a dislike for a while. Or that would have been the opposite.
Yeah, so they got rid of the dislike button. And then I believe, was it the new CEO put it back in? You just can't see the dislikes. Yeah, because everyone was like, I don't want to dislike this, or this I like, quote unquote, you know? Yeah. As a content creator, I don't know if a lot of people know this. You can actually see the dislikes on the analytics. So
can you really?
Yeah, I could. So my last stream, the psychology one, there is a dislike on it because it's a 50-50.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, what is a dislike in YouTube? Does that negatively impact, or is that a positive impact?
Well, hold on. Was it controversial? But when they get rid of the dislike button and cause a riot, it cause a riot.
It caused a huge riot. Like,
yeah, because the thing is, the dislike button does help you, like, tell you, is this the type of content your community likes? So just like if it's not something that they like, then you as a content creator have to decide as like, do I need to adjust? Do I need like about 90% of the people that like to dislike ratio, 90% was dislike. So this is not popular on my channel. Or for me, I kind of just I don't care enough where it's just like, oh, okay, I understand you don't like it, but I'm a small-time creator. I'm kind of just making content that I want to create, unfortunately.
All right, so I guess it goes behind your own point of view on how the whole thing works then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I did it as an experiment to see how well it would do. So, I mean, not to say that I would do another one, but that's what the schedule's for, to tell you. It's like, oh, he's got that stream and not into it, so then that way they don't have to worry about it. Instead of just like putting the stream out today, it's like, oh, I don't know what this stream is, and coming in. I like to give the notification now about what's going on.
I wonder when was the first when people started doing schedules for YouTube, Because I remember it being like, man, I really hope he posts today, or I really hope he or she does something so I can watch it today, you know?
Yeah, so a lot of the times, I guess like how the first scheduling would ever have been done on YouTube was you literally would say it in the video. It's like, all right, I'm going to do this every Tuesday or every Wednesday at this time. And then when you didn't post your video that time, the whole thing goes riot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Bet they just wanted the dislike button on the Justin Bieber baby.
Oh, the song, baby, baby, baby. Oh,
Well, like even before they took the dislike button, wasn't the Rebecca Black song
the
out
most,
though?
dude, that Friday song was so bad.
It's Friday, everybody get down on Friday.
So, yeah, well, that's a legit good question. YouTube popped that song off. Like, that shit popped.
Yeah, a lot of people watched it.
Right? Like, they watched it just to hate it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder how that whole thing even goes with, like, YouTube, like, algorithm stuff.
Well, it's
like,
just... I think... So, like, the YouTube algorithm is a complex beast.
Complex beast.
It is literally Avatar the Face Stealer. It changes face whenever it feels like it.
Right, because, like, the Rebecca Black one was, like, really popular. Like, Justin
Not
Bieber
popular, it just got shared a lot.
That's what I mean. It gets trending.
Yeah.
Like, so
Trending
when
wasn't
stuff
a
gets...
thing on YouTube back then.
Yeah, right? It wasn't. So everyone knew of it because people talked about it.
Yeah.
Bad publicity is still good publicity.
I think back then. I think now the internet's more of an angry place, so bad publicity is bad now. Because with bad publicity now, people dox each other now.
That is kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, because again, like people would go on YouTube and it's like it doesn't matter. I would never see these people. Well, now as content creators, that's something they might have to fear for. Because there's a lot of smart people that decide not to use their stuff for good.
That is mighty unfortunate, actually. Mm-hmm. So now here, let me ask you this question here with YouTube. What draws you into it? Like, what draws you to the platform?
Before I answer that, Happy Gem has said, the algorithm is so weird. I once got Bebe clip even though I didn't search up anything as long as it's on it for so long. So, yeah, because, like, again, that goes the same thing as, like, anything, like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. I think me and my cousin were talking about this. He was talking about how he needs a new mattress for his bed. So and he had his phone out. So I just went up to his phone. It says mattresses, and then he goes on Facebook and mattresses come up. So it's kind of listening.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like there's a couple. I don't know if it's the synchronicity thing, but or if it's actually listening. But there is always that feeling where it's oh, oddly enough, I didn't look up mattresses. I know I said I needed a mattress, but now it's there.
That's super scary, right? That's a whole nother topic, because then is the phone really listening to you, right? Or is it just pure coincidence, quote unquote?
Mm-hmm. But going back to your question, because you asked what draws me to this platform.
Yeah.
Flexibility, probably.
Flexibility?
Because if I wanted, because again, eventually in the future, I want to just create VODs. VODs of the story and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then I also like the community posts because able to actually talk to my subscribers is nice. Twitch, I don't know enough about its formulaic how it works, but I know you can get more followers. You can do. I don't know if YouTube has rating. I thought I saw it at one point that you could rate people. But
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Because that's the thing. So Twitter and Twitch kind of go hand in hand, is that a lot of VTubers that I see on Twitter are just asking, it's hey, drop your PNG and your link so I can raid you, blah 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 blah. And here I am like, oh, sorry, I'm on YouTube. I don't know how the raid works.
Oh yeah, because in raid it's because in Twitch you can raid and just like drop your viewership onto another person.
Yeah, and like that's fine, but like I would hate to do it. It's like, all right, closing the stream. I just got raided, mother. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, it just feels more flexible on YouTube. Happy Jam just said, as for what draws me into YouTube, I almost all other platforms suck. I do have to agree with that. YouTube has a lot more refinement to it. Cause
I guess I watch a lot of Twitch personally,
I don't.
but a lot of my Twitch are from people who are playing games that I personally like.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I mean, I watch people play fighting games, and I watch people play either Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Twitch is like a gaming channel, but I mean, lately the the meta for Twitch is kind of going on the wayside. But we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, that whole thing. I mean,
what's the other one? Kick or something?
Kick. I don't know anything about Kick.
I just know it was originally made for people to do live stream gambling. So
yeah,
and then Facebook Gaming's dead.
Facebook Gaming. I forgot. YouTube was always like the first, not like the big one, and then there's branches off,
Mm-hmm. Well,
like little ones.
The thing about YouTube is like it learns what its competitors are doing too. I usually only use Twitch for D&D videos, which that's cool, yeah, because like again, there's a lot of options there for D&D games.
I have a confession to make about D&D.
Okay.
I've never played it before.
Hey, we're on the same boat. We were supposed to play it one day, but it just felt weird for it just be two of us.
Yeah. I've never played D&D. I guess I never had an opportunity to do a D&D campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But that is always something that I'm just like, you know what? The amount of times I call myself a nerd or like everything, or just like I like nerdy stuff. I've never once played D&D, and that's like the biggest like cool. Like, well, I guess you could say coolest thing you can probably do with a group of friends, like every like Saturday or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Sam, I've never played either. It always looks fun, and
right?
and I think it depends on their game master too.
Dude, I forgot what they're called on top of my head, but Matt Mercer's the Dungeon Master, huh?
Critical Role.
Critical Role, right?
Yeah.
And I watched a clip or stuff, whatever. Like that was it's so cool. Them getting like super hype about like this thing, their idea working in a D&D campaign. Like I think it's super cool.
I want to play as an idiot someday. The town drunk or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But going back to the YouTube stuff, because again, you just mentioned Critical Role. They've been doing the Critical Role for a long time because that was, I think, wasn't that Critical Role somewhat associated with Geek and Sundry, and that closed down now too? Yeah,
because that's how it originally started, but then Critical Role, I think it got bigger than what it was.
Yeah, they kind of just took it as his own thing.
Right?
Yeah. So, but that's the nice thing about YouTube is like it literally caters to anyone.
It does. Like you can look up any sort of video, and you could probably find someone doing it, or like playing it, or like talking about it, or reacting to it. Because now I want to talk about like reaction stuff, like when people play another video to just watch them react to it.
Okay.
Right? How do you feel about that? Like, because that's how YouTube grew on. Because like you saw people reacting to things now, or all that stuff.
Was at least 3 or 4 years. Oh my God, it's a commitment.
That's each campaign. All right, so sidetrack here now. Doesn't that like a whole? It'll be like a whole like Lord of the Rings marathon, like 9 hours worth if you play for 3 or 4 years, wouldn't it?
I have
meet up like once a week, like twice a week.
I know at my IRL job, one of the guys I work with, his son plays D&D like every Saturday, and I think he has said he's done that for like 5 years now.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, that's commitment.
Every Saturday, unless something comes up or a holiday, they play D&D.
That's gotta be so cool though, because like one thing in your life you're gonna do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's kind of like our podcast. We do this we're gonna do this
right every Saturday. You beat me to the punch. I was gonna say the same thing.
Except for like 2 weeks from now. I'm a reaction channel, and I'm doing better than Souls. Good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, because I want to talk about reacting channels and stuff. Like, how do you think? Do you think it just works out really well? Because there's some videos where like, damn, I want to know what other people think about it, and then you like watch people do it.
So this shows how sadistic of a bastard I am. I've watched a lot of reactions of the Last of Us scene in the very beginning.
You sick bastard. You probably watch so many people cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking did when I first played it, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, this game is bull.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that. Again, I can't say too much about it, but like Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya incident, I watched a lot of people's reaction on that stuff.
Right? Because you should be curious about, like, man, I wonder what other people think of this and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, like, it's fine, especially with gaming and stuff. And I know, like, with the whole, like, reacting to videos, I get the reason for the controversy. It doesn't take much stuff, but, like, it's still a reaction. It's still content. Because, again, people are interested in it. I mostly just do it to entertain others and look how stupid I can get. Isn't that just anything on YouTube? It's just like anything you do live or something, you just kind of look.
I don't even do it on purpose, is what he says.
Yeah.
Well, I think one thing I do have to, like, I personally adore YouTube about is you could be a extremely introverted person, like 90% introvert, and still be on.
Fun of me?
Yeah, I'm poking fun of you at this. You can be like 90% introverted and still want to like do YouTube stuff and like pull out like entertainment, right?
Yeah. So like, well, this also goes probably to the people pleaser thing because I like do like to entertain and like share creative ideas. So like that's always the thing about that psychology thing is like INFJ / now I am an INFP. We have the most contradicting personality. Is like we like to please people, but we also want to be away from people. So
yeah, I'll be honest. I'm like complete opposite on that.
Yeah,
complete opposite on it.
That's why we're friends.
So the one thing I do gotta say about like one of the first reaction stuff that I watched was I really just got into anime, right? I just got into it when I first started watching like reaction stuff.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted to see people's reaction to like anime opening songs.
Happy to just said, I'm an introvert and have ADHD. I always have something on my mind.
Man.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I feel like a lot of stuff, I don't know. Like, I know I hear people have ADHD. I can probably definitively say I don't have that, but it's got to be rough to have ADHD.
Hyper detention. No, it's what's the algorithm for it? It's
I could look it up real quick.
I apologize. I don't know the actual. I know it's hyper something. Hyper. But
Where is it?
one thing I want to say about with YouTube, whatever, is going to you don't know how to do something? Look it up. There's guaranteed a video about it.
Attention defect hyperactive disorder.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically it's hard to focus on things and stuff like that.
That's why YouTube is the best because it can go from a different video to a different video really fast.
EDH isn't that bad. Oh, okay. I can't say a whole lot about it because, like, again, I don't know it.
I don't know. I don't have it either. So I always feel for others.
Because, like, anytime, like, somebody says they have, like, something like that, it's just like, I feel bad because it's just like, I don't have it. Better than having seizures. Oh, dude, that does remind me of one time I saw a kid have seizure in middle school. That looks terrifying.
It looks terrifying. Imagine being the person actually having the seizure.
Well, the thing is, it's like the possibility they could bite their own tongue off during it.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little scary.
Depending on how bad their seizure is, you have to put like a cloth or something in their mouth so they can't. Depending on how bad it is, it's not necessarily
really
all the time.
Oh, I just thought there was cruel by people just trying to choke the person.
He's got a nose. Going back to the YouTube stuff, I don't know. I don't think I got into much of the reaction stuff until Slender basically came out.
Slender, yeah.
Everyone was playing Slender, uploading their videos and reactions to it.
See, that's such a good time in YouTube life. Yeah. Watching Slender and being scared of a video like that you personally looked up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think is one of the coolest things ever. You're watching people play a horror game because you don't have the courage enough to play it yourself.
Hey, how do you know me?
That's some people like it. Just like it's too scary for them, but they want to know about it. Yeah. So they're like, "I'm gonna have this person have it worse. I'm just gonna be in a safe spot and be able to watch it."
Yeah, I would say the time of Slender, that was such an interesting time because I think it was about that time where I fully converted that I don't need TV or cable anymore. I just watch things on YouTube because that's how I found Markiplier. Tried watching more of that stuff. I heard Slender Man sucks as a horror. Like, yeah, if you go back to watch the original, it's not good.
So here's the difference from retrospect to in the moment. And retrospect, the game is a very terrible game. It's super easy. You can cheese the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment when it first came out, no one knew the strats. No one technically knew what was happening with Slender Man. So it was just the unknowing was scarier than what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, like, to tell you the truth, it was kind of surprising how big Slender became. Because it was a very simple indie game that somebody had made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just find 8 pages and jump scare city, and that's it. Like,
yeah.
I was more of a Jeff the Killer kind of guy. Jeff the Killer, like, do you know anything about the lore about Jeff the Killer?
I do not. Do you want to explain?
Oh, so Jeff the Killer, well, it's been a long time since I've looked into it. It was a guy that had like cut his eyelids off and all that stuff.
Oh God, what?
And he did the Joker kind of smile thing, I think, a little bit, and it was something about don't wake up or something. There's something with like sleep because you're not supposed to like look at him or something. But I know like a lot of people had made creepypastas about him, like different kinds of story and stuff. I'm not 100%. I don't 100% remember the lore, but I did find Jeff the Killer's lore more interesting.
Oh wow! YouTube teaches you so much about killers and all that.
I'm sure he wasn't real. So
I know. Just like as story wise.
Yeah, but I bet you if you pull up a picture of Jeff the Killer, you probably like, oh, I've seen that creepy ass photo.
I'm gonna look that up right now, and
we're just gonna hear a scream from Geo. Yeah.
Chef the Killer. Have I seen this? Oh my god, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Exactly. It made the rounds.
Holy crap.
I like, again, I'm not like the biggest horror fan, but that time of period of YouTube where it was like creepy pastas and stuff, I loved it.
Oh yeah, that is terrifying. I'm gonna close this out. That's actually terrifying.
Nah, there's also the creepy pasta of like the dog one that will curse you. Okay, so
What?
Jeff the Killer he was bullied to the point where the bullies burned his face and he went crazy and cut his eyelids and lips off. That's what it was. So he could always smile. I forgot about the bullying point and that he got burned. I forgot.
Yeah, see, I never really watched creepypastas.
There's so
and I
much
think
out there.
I think the reason why I never watched creepypastas is because in my mind I could make up a scenario where that could happen to me IRL, like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I would think about. But when I would think about it would be at the dead of night when I'm trying to sleep and there's a co-hack and I think it's the fucking killer and I have a heart attack trying to sleep.
You live in America. Just sleep with a gun next to your bed.
Yeah, dude. Right? Well, I remember
Killed his
one of the
parents and framed his brother. So
what?
yeah,
Oh my God.
he did have a brother. I will say, I think one of the creepypastas I listened to, because again, a lot of people like think about creepypastas. The stories are always different and vary. So I think the one I listened to, he didn't actually frame his brother. He just left him. So, but yeah,
Your brother just got caught.
yeah.
So
But like again, that story varies. That's like the whole thing about creepypastas. It's like there is no concrete reality.
it's just a
to it.
different variation of a same story.
But yeah, I love that period of YouTube. I listened to a lot of stuff, especially since I had always had a traveling job. It was like okay. Well, I guess creepypastas weren't popular at that time when I think I was more
Yeah.
in high school. Yeah, I was in high school at that time.
See, my very first experience with a creepypasta was actually hanging out with you.
Oh, I scarred you. Join
Yeah, I remember we was chilling in your couch or whatever, watching just normal random YouTube videos that we normally do.
Mm.
And
What
here, I'll show you a
did I show you?
creepypasta. It was about, I think it was like a similar story to like The Witch of Bel Air or something like that, or
The Blair Witch Project.
yeah, The Blair Witch of Bel Air. Sounds like a musical.
I was just thinking about Will Smith, Prince of Bel Air.
Oh yeah, damn, dude, my mind's terrible. But yeah, The Witch Project. It was just a creepypasta of it, and how that same night I legit couldn't fall asleep because I was actually just scared of my own thoughts.
Trying to even think what I showed you.
All right, it was just one of those ones. Because I remember like I want to show you this, and it was you and your brother, and I was just like, do we really have to watch this? And you were like, yes, and I was like, fuck.
Suffer.
Because I think that was because then you asked your friends like, I want to see your reaction to this fucking creepy thing.
I am that guy where it's just like I am the guy that will like show everybody YouTube videos and stuff. I just because I'm curious what their reaction is, and now YouTube there's the reaction content people, so I watch them to react things.
Right? So now like in YouTube, there's clips like 50-second clips, 30-second clips.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't want to watch a whole like thing, they just watch a little segment.
See, I am the person that probably is a clipper watcher instead of watching the whole stream. Unfortunately,
You're a clip watcher?
yeah. I just
So,
don't have the time to sit for like 2 to 3 hours to watch people sometimes.
Right, so you watch like the part that people like find the funniest,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I watch a few clips, but the clips for me, the ones that I find interesting, I end up just wanting like, all right, I just want to see the whole video now.
Well, and
Which I think
that's
is the
what I appreciate
purpose.
when clippers do is like put the rest of it. Like here's a link to the rest of the stuff.
Right? So, because I think that's the purpose of clips, is like, hey, you saw this like really funny moment, watch the whole thing, or like try to get people to watch the actual creator or something.
Yeah, because like, so there was like a time where like everybody hated clippers because it was just like, oh, we're stealing it from the original YouTube content creator and stuff. But the thing is, like, I noticed it more in like the VTuber space that they kind of embraced the clippers. This is like, yeah, go ahead, clip it. As long as you link it to my stream, they'll come to the next stream and watch it. It's like free advertisement almost.
Yeah, well, it definitely is, because I remember I didn't know jack crap about VTubers until like you and I hanged out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for dragging you into that hole.
You brought me into a lot of holes, my friend. It's like you got me into the K-pop, you got me into fucking VTubers, some YouTube shows that I've watched. You got me.
I mean, you
Jujutsu Kaisen, like,
because I got into that was the first thing I got into for VTubing.
Right, and then I think it's super cool. Like now, the clips that I watched was people playing Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed. This sounds really bad. I really did enjoy watching people play like Mario Sunshine and then getting angry like how I did when I was a child playing Mario Sunshine.
So you guys could cope together. It's like,
so I can understand and be like, I know why you're angry because the fucking controls suck, and Mario doesn't understand when you press A, it means to jump, not fucking dive. So, I understand. I completely understand.
Okay, so I'm going to take you a different part of YouTube because this has been very popular recently and all that stuff. And I remember the first time my brother had showed you this.
What is it?
Speedrunners.
Oh, okay. All right. So, God, dude, speedrunners. There's a cute, quick speedrunners. There's a competition. I forgot what it's called. QTC or something like that?
GDQ.
GDQ. But damn, Duwani, not even close to the same letters. Damn, that's so unfortunate. Watching
it's GDQ for games done quickly.
Games done quickly. So one of the crazy things that I've ever watched in my entire life was someone playing Super Metroid and beating that game in like under an hour. Blew my freaking mind.
So yeah, for people that don't understand, the Super Metroid, it is a huge game. Your first playthrough could be up to what,
30
to 40 hours.
Yeah, I would say that around that time.
Well,
at least it was for me. Yeah, at least for me it was.
Yeah, but continue with your story.
So, watching a video of someone beating it in like less than an hour really just messed with me because your memory of the game is like, man, I really struggled in this part. I wonder how you're gonna deal with it, and they don't deal with it because they skip half the map. And it's like, bro, what? But the game, what? And then they kill like a certain boss, and like
some people have said it could be 8 to 12 hours. Actually, it could be done.
Oh, 8 to 12.
Yeah.
They're better than I am.
Yeah, and it's, those are true gamers that have it.
Those are true gamers.
Super Metroid, in my opinion, is like the Dark Souls before Dark Souls was a thing.
Right? It's oh my god.
Yeah.
So watching a guy beat it in like an hour, and then they do this, I'm like, dude, you like what? And you're just, I think those are one of the first like videos I've ever like actually hit the like button.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, damn, that was super cool. You like that? I like that.
Wait, that day when we showed it to you?
Yeah.
I don't know. That day that we showed it to you, you were so pissed.
I was pissed. I was actually vivid because Metroid had Ridley, and I hated that fucking fake ass dragon. So difficult to beat, and
pirate.
I hate him with a passion. So when he kills it in like 2 seconds with just like a few beams, I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. You know, you think, nah. But watching other games that you played, their speed run is like, oh, that's so fucking cool how fast they are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know?
I mean, it depends on me. Because, like, have you ever watched, like, a speedrunner for Ocarina of Time?
Yes. And how they always jump backwards.
Yeah, jump
Because it's
backwards,
faster.
but then they glitch through half the game.
Yeah, because of like a one, like they have to do a specific movement and like hit the right frame.
It's impressive that they could do that, but, like, actually, gameplay-wise, it's not as interesting, in my opinion.
I agree. Like there's like when you do a glitch run, a speed run, it's like, oh man, that kind of is weird. Like, I don't like it because you're missing like a good portion of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have those like, hey, if you can make this jump, you can skip like 5 minutes of like walking. That's cool to me.
Okay. I kind of want to change a little bit, different course of topics.
What's up?
So kind of let's go back to like older YouTube. Was there ever an other channel that you watched that was like, because like I watched a lot of skit channels too. I don't know if you watched any like YouTube skit channels.
I don't think I did.
Really?
Like, I don't think I watched a lot of. The only ones that I think I could watch is I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I don't remember how to pronounce his name. But he did like videos with his friends that became really big.
There's a lot of channels, man.
I know. But it starts with like an N, I believe.
Was he Asian?
Yeah.
Is it Niyahiga?
Yes.
Okay.
That was like one of the other ones where he did like skits with his friends, where he made like really cool like he jumps and he only captures the frame that he jumps, so it looks like he's always in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
so
that's
like that's interesting that, and it's also good that you brought that up because he was the king of YouTube before.
Yeah, because like his videos were actually like really edited, like really good editing.
Yeah, because like he learned to edit and do everything to do that, and like brought a lot of energy. Because again, like I mean, I gotta say, at that time period, he was kind of like the face of YouTube.
Yeah, because it's super cool when people like put really stock into what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And now I believe he streams on Twitch now.
Oh, is he?
He doesn't post a whole lot. I believe he does play Twitch on gaming and stuff, but like he did get burnt out on YouTube, and there was just
I can believe it because he did it. I believe like 3 videos a week for like years. I can imagine how tiring that must be, thinking of new ideas to entertain.
I believe he also had some other issues arise during a bunch of stuff, so I think he was just kind of like, I'm just gonna take a step back from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's interesting watching him now is just because he's a lot more calmer and just he just has a different energy than he did before.
Yeah, so that's a good way you bring that up, because you can watch people who did YouTube for a very long time,
Yeah,
and you can see how they personally changed throughout.
Because like again, people's minds and stuff change. Like even Markiplier too, because like again, he had that like bombastic energy of going the hello and just focusing on his life, and now he's making movies and stuff. And,
Yeah, right.
And
then they have like Jacksepticeye with his green hair and like that.
Mm-hmm.
Super happy now. He's just like, "What's up, guy?"
He takes a lot of breaks now too, because like that's also another thing about a lot of these YouTubers, because again, they've kind of paved the road for a lot of other people. But
Yeah.
like, there's the thing that we didn't understand a lot is like the mental fortitude to do all this, and like
Yeah, they need breaks.
Yeah.
Like you need people like all you're doing is just doing YouTube. That's not a quote unquote real job. I'm like, no, it's
takes
still
the same
very
amount of
mentally
effort and
taxing.
stuff,
Yeah. That whole conversation in the back days.
Yeah. And it's like, because like, I've heard some people, it's like, but yeah, again, you get that comment all the time. It's like, I'm truly grateful I get to do this as a job, and I don't want to mess it up. But like you'll get mixed reviews on people say yeah it's an easier job, and some people will say no it's not. I think it's just kind of depends on what you're doing, because again, like say for VTubers they have a whole agency they have to go through, so it is like a real job.
Yeah, for them it is. Yeah.
And then like I could even see just like indie VTubers, because again they have to organize, get all this stuff, because even like getting my model, getting your model, talking to a bunch of people, it takes a while, and you're organizing a lot of people, and I don't like talking
to
people.
You have to talk to people and all that stuff.
So, there is a few messages on Twitter. It's like, hey, you haven't responded for a while. Is everything okay between us? And it's like, I'd rather not talk, and I'm working IRL.
Yeah, because like for us wise, we have our own personal life. Because I guess for me, I like doing this for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that's always really cool. Like, oh, the what if scenarios that we always have conversations. Like, what if we do this? Well, now we're doing it. And see the whole fun aspect.
Yeah. So anyone that is like thinking about doing YouTube, it doesn't matter how scuffed the first video or the first stream you do. You just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Right? See if you like it.
Yeah, because like the moment that you've taken the first step, you've already made progress.
Yeah.
So,
because like imagine just getting discouraged just because like one video doesn't go down. Like, dude, it's just if you're looking for this as a job, you're probably coming in with the wrong mindset. At least that's my thinking.
I mean, I'm a mix on it. If you do think it's a job, sure, you can think that way. But again, you're just going to make yourself a little bit miserable while you're doing that. So, but for me, it's like, I would like to do this full time and stuff. I would like to do that.
Oh, yeah, it'd be super cool.
Yeah, but you just have to remember it takes time and stuff. And you have to kind of improve on yourself as an individual first and like learn all the stuff.
Yeah, because like we learned things differently from our first time doing this Saturday than we are now.
Yeah, I will definitely say the first thing you need to do though is like enjoy actually doing it. Don't like come in just like, oh god, I got to do this Sunday or Saturday podcast. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have had that thought a couple times, but it's just like it's not but it's not like how I feel about my IRL job, where it's like, God, I have 3 meetings and I need to go do this install or something. Like, that one's more dread-ridden. This one's like, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta do that. I guess I gotta get this stuff ready. That's
all right.
It's little stuff. It's not like a whole big thing.
So it's crazy to think like when you can watch like as viewers, you're there to be entertained, when the creators are there to like make sure you stay watching their ideas.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think it's
Edgar, I'm gonna put you on a test real quick.
Ooh, what's you got?
I need to go do some business.
Okay.
So you have to entertain the people for a little bit.
You make that so much awkward than what it should. Okay. So, all right.
I got idle meeting.
Go do whatever. Go do whatever. You need to do it.
You entertain them.
That's so awkward that he makes it do that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if I'm trying to detain, watching like YouTube videos could be something very relaxing, and you just like sit there as a background noise. Like you could put on like a video, and you could be doing like homework. Or you could be doing like cleaning. So there's just a background noise just playing in the background. Super fun that way. At least that's how I use YouTube sometimes. He went to the corner apparently. That's interesting. I'm surprised you can't even move your VTuber like that. So, but yeah, I mean, another thing that when he comes back, I do want to ask is how YouTube has changed for him as a viewer over the years compared to when he first started. So yeah, that'll be pretty entertaining to look into. So, oh, Happy Jam says he had to leave. Oh, I'm so sorry, my guy. I hope you enjoyed the time that you did watch with us. I really hope so. We try to be entertaining. I don't know if it really is or not, but we try. So, how's everyone doing? Wow, it's really awkward trying to talk without nothing going on in the background noise. So, if anyone is just tuning in, my name is Geo. We're part of the Geo Chat with Souls over here. We do this every Saturday around like 1 p.m. We talk about random entertaining facts or entertaining things around the world. Is what I would love to say, but we don't do that. What we really do is just talk about things that we have done in our childhood that's entertaining, like with anime or with like video games, any sort of entertainment that's in the world that we like to do, like hobbies of our sorts. Uh, yeah. So, what is he still moving his head over there?
Oh, you noticed.
I noticed that because your head was moving in the corner over there. Are you back, I'm assuming?
No.
No? Okay.
This is a pre-recorded message. Please leave a message at the beep. Beep.
So, I got a question for you now. Are you ready for this?
No.
Alright, well, you're gonna get asked anyways.
Okay.
How is YouTube different from you now than it was when you first started watching it?
From my
Like, what is... Yeah, it's like what old videos that you used to look up to what you now watch. Like, what was the big arc? Like, what would you went through?
So, yeah, because, like, again, when I watched it, it was video content. Now we have shorts, you got live streams now. It's a very different platform when they first did it. So, like I said before, I was watching people's do skit contents, doing like the action content stuff. I didn't get into the gameplay until like, well, I got into some of the gameplays. I was like sprinkled it here and there, but yeah, like, cause like I watched Niga Higa as well. I think his name was like Chester C or something. He doesn't do anything anymore. He was like music and did like action stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, Rocket Jump too. With Freddie Wong and Corridor and all that stuff. So I watched.
Your memory.
Huh?
Your memory is so much better than mine is.
Well, I've watched all this stuff for a long time, so I did all that, and then like I haven't watched a lot of it recently, but like Wong Fu, because they talked about a lot of like kind of being like, because again I was a teenager, so I could relate to their teenage stuff.
Oh, their teen videos.
It's kind of like, because they had the one video that I always remember about Wong Fu is like the one about a guy being Asian, but where he lived, the population is majority white. So
yeah.
So
that one fits right with you there.
Yeah, because then it's like at that point it's like you're hanging out with your friends like, oh, you're Asian, and then he's able to go into college with like a large Asian population, and then realize he doesn't fit in there as well because he wasn't Asian enough.
Yeah.
So that one was really relatable to me. So and then I don't know if I showed you any of these ones. You know the Asian guy in Twilight, Justin Chon?
Yeah.
He did YouTube for a little bit, and I loved his skit videos because it was like called Skitty Skit.
Really?
It was just like over the top reactions and stuff, but they were always funny.
That's kind of cool.
So I basically went from that to watching people play gameplay, doing podcasts now, and not as much as like nobody like I with the algorithm, because like I know Happy Gem had said it was is a weird beast of itself. I feel bad because I forgot. Yeah, I didn't see his message as I'm going to have to go. He's slowly losing signal. Thank you, Happy Jump, for coming. But to make like those video content stuff is kind of harder to do nowadays, I feel like, in this format. Just because, again, the amount of time, the cost to produce something high quality like that, or at least semi quality of that, is really hard nowadays.
Oh
And
yeah, because you have it back then. It was harder to get like high definition actual
and
video quality.
yep, and then also the whole animator stuff, because you had Jaden Animations, Rubber Ross, and Odd Ones Out.
Yeah,
So
animations when animations started popping off, like
yeah,
people doing animations.
yeah. So like they had
What I
animations and stuff, and
thought
like
was super cool.
yeah, I love that. It's like, and then you had those people where it's just like the yields, the time it takes to animate, and again, they're getting better at it, but it takes more time to get the fluidness and stuff.
Right? And
It's
then
hard to
you
get
had
the same results of someone that just plays games on stream every weekly and stuff, and like they can get that cash flow a lot better.
yeah, because the big difference between that is some YouTubers they have to do their own editing, they do their own thing, so it takes a lot more time, and then I think that's where they get burned out because all they're thinking about is I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, or I gotta do that.
I mean, yeah, a
Was
good example is that because Jaden Animation had made a video about that where it's just like literally it's like anytime she could be like she's doing something for herself or something, she would have the thoughts like, but I could be working on this video and stuff.
yeah, so that's gonna be really hard to go from you're thinking of this, but you had to have time for yourself in some sort of way, at least a mental break, quote unquote.
Yeah, and I'll say too, like nowadays with everything going on, you see a lot of those like big content creators. They've basically switched to live streaming and stuff because they just play games and all that stuff. Because again, it's not to say it's easier, but to get content out as well, it just helps just to do like, oh, let me just put up a stream or something.
I think there has some benefits and disadvantages from it because YouTube used to never have live streams.
Yeah,
It was always
always
just
Twitch.
a video of them doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's easier when you have an audience who can like communicate, like how Happy Jeff communicates with us, to where we can have a legit conversation with the viewers of the channel, compared to where in the video, it's like you're talking to your screen in front of you and you're trying to be as entertaining as possible without any actual feedback right then and there.
Because like Mark's friend Wade, which is Lord Minion 777, um, he talked about that because he talked about when he first started YouTube because his friend was popular, so he's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
and
I'll just
Mark
try
helped
it.
him out and just like get him all set up. He did not like the video making progress because it's exactly what you said. He would make a joke and not get any feedback. So in his head, he would always think, he's like, God, was that funny? Is that good or not?
Yeah, right. It's like,
Yeah.
man, like should I have said that? And then you kind of think yourself like, damn, was that? I probably shouldn't. That wasn't really funny. Or like, I thought that was really funny, and all you hear is crickets because no one really tells you it's funny or not.
Yeah, and then now it's like, but then when he started streaming, he loved that so much better. He had someone to talk to and everything, which I feel like for people that are like coming into the like streaming place on YouTube, Twitch, whatever you want to stream on, that is like the most discouraging thing about it is you look down below and just see like one view. And it's like, and the thing is for me, I pull up my stream on another screen so I know I'm still alive and stuff, but like I know like, oh, that one watching, that's me. That's so discouraging to see. And like I know like because again I on Twitter I like see some of these smaller channels talk about it's like it was a rush stream because there's no one there. It sucks, but
Yeah, but you're first starting out. I mean,
Yeah.
We're not. I guess it's super hard because to get someone to click the video or to like do this, you feel like you have to think so much outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, wise, I personally don't care about the views, but that's because I just like doing this as a fun hobby. So for me, it's just really cool to get to talk to my friend about random stuff that we've done in our past.
Wait, we're friends.
Oh damn! Now we're colleagues all of a sudden.
I thought, yeah. I went to the
it was
agency
a contract,
and we were
man.
just colleagues, right?
Was it the contract? You gotta fake it to make it, man.
Yeah. We're not really friends.
Oh,
It ended on the first episode when I didn't watch anything.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't watch a lot of things, hilarious enough.
Yeah.
So with YouTube now,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I really want to talk about was AMVs. Do you know what AMVs are?
Animated movie video or something like that?
Yeah, right? That was my very first introduction to AMV was through a Lincoln. I was listening to Linkin Park.
You edgy bitch.
Well, I was in middle school, and Linkin Park's good, so shut the fuck
So
up.
angsty.
You shut up, man. I don't want to hear it.
Closer to the edge. I'm about to break.
You know the lyrics. Don't call me edgy. Anyways,
Okay.
I was listening to it in middle
There
school.
was no doubt. I'm always edgy.
No. So there was a video of Naruto, and I was like, "What? What was Naruto to do with Linkin Park?" And you click it, and you're like watching. It's like a fight scene, and like Linkin Park's in the background,
Yeah.
and it's like being edited, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" That was like my first introduction to AMVs.
Yeah, my first introduction to AMV was Bleach when Ichigo was fighting Hollow Ichigo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was 3 Days of Grace. I think it was Riot, the one.
Oh, yeah.
Riot. But then it also, I think at the beginning it did play Linkin Park Faint, so it was like I had two songs in the same video. But it was hype.
Right? Like they get you like this is so hype, and you're like getting so cool. Then you get to like a rabbit hole of like you want to watch more, or like oh maybe this song has like an AMV, so you like look it up or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now that whole grew to like being like different variations of AMVs, like to like, funny to like super cool looking, or to just like tell a story, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about AMVs, anyways?
They're fine. They're like they're super cool. They take a lot of like imagination just because like it was kind of like what I did for my story writing podcast where it's just like I had different beats to make to like so at this moment they need to like clash swords.
Yep.
So because that at that moment of the song it does that. It's the same kind of concept at that. So like by making these songs and videos, they kind of you had to make sure they like complemented each other. So it is kind of creative art as well.
Right? So I'm glad you brought that up because like the amount of editing they had to do to make sure things line up properly is pretty insane to me.
Yeah. One thing I want to go back to is Rooster Teeth.
Ooh, okay.
So, because like basically going back that time, because again, this is recollection. This is all stuff I
Yep,
remember.
have recollections.
Yep. So we had Rooster Teeth, and we had Wong Fu Productions, and we also had like Rocket Jump and all that. So like with those three for me, that made a lot of my first YouTube interaction stuff. Because basically with those three, they became almost like their own broadcast station. I feel like because like
yeah, I can see it because they had different things coming out, different.
Yeah, because like nowadays, like there's a lot of people that don't even have cable at home because there's just so much things you could watch on YouTube. Like basically, Rooster Teeth, Wong Fu, and Rocket Jump, they kind of made their own things. Like okay, so this is like instead of FX, we have Quarter and Rocket Jump, where like you got your action and stuff. So, and if you wanted your like drama shows.
Wong Fu is really good at that.
Yeah, for a second I thought someone got in my house or something.
Um,
But yeah, so it was just kind of interesting to see like how those people, like those production media companies, had made together to make their own thing, which I thought was really cool back in the day when they did that. And so, here's another thing I want to talk about. Well, actually, we'll save that one for later. But like, I also wanted to talk about like Rooster Teeth, how successful they were in the beginning. Unfortunately, was like, again. So you had like your Red versus Blue, you had Ruby. They had all these different series on their channels, and then like I think they also had like a Netflix deal for another show.
yeah.
Yeah.
It gets super cool starting from the beginning. Like you see it from the very beginning to them getting those insane deals, to getting that publicity that as a viewer, like, yeah, they earned it because of how good they've worked or how well they've done.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, because like with like what Rooster Teeth had done that like no one has ever thought. Because again, you had Red versus Blue. We're gonna take the assets of Halo and just make this little like short, funny show that we're gonna do, and I'm gonna have all my friends voice in it, which is really cool. And then because again, they can't go to like an actual like media or producer company at the time to say, hey, this is the idea we have. It's like, wait, those are Halo assets, we can't deny. I don't and like those jokes just don't really fly in what we $1 million producers have. So
they just do a YouTube, like that goes into like the bridges, like abridged stuff, like where people make like they voice over like the ad sets of other things.
Actually.
So you know how they voice over a bridge, and then they have like they use the same like story concept, but they just have like for jokes or for like stories that they like talking about.
Yeah.
Right, like you've seen the biggest one that everyone probably knows on YouTube is a Dragon Ball abridge.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How they just use Dragon Ball assets and they have their own like character. They're still the same character, it's just a different variation. Like
because they just change the voice and like just make them say what they think, which is like more of comedy style.
Yeah, it's more comedy based and everything.
Yeah, I don't actually watch a lot of bridges. I only watch like the Sword Art Online one and then a little bit of the Dragon Ball one. Because the Dragon Ball one, all I ever remember from that is like Piccolo's trying to take care of Gohan, but all you hear him is to say is dodge.
I think it's super cool because they give you memorable stuff like that. Like, they give you memorable things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny.
Yeah, and I think that's what YouTube does very well is finding the people that have similar like tastes and thoughts of like comedy that you have. So, because that's it. Like even just take a look at the two podcasts we have. We have this one, we're just like kind of more nerdy stuff, and we're just talking whatever. While the other one.
You brought it up.
it's last week's topic was more serious. But then the topic before that was kind of a comedy one too, but it had some moments of seriousness in it. So yeah. But then it's just like everybody's interest. Like the reason why I make these two podcasts is like I wanted to reach a wider audience of different things.
Yeah. So I guess I have a question for you here now, well, with YouTube and everything.
Okay.
What YouTuber or what YouTube video inspired you to make a video? Like they did something and you're like, that's really cool, I want to try something similar to that, or like with my friends or something like that. What made you want to try that? So
I have to say this because again, this was a part of my life at one point, which was Wolfpack Productions. That was another YouTube channel I created with my friends, and before Geo, you were actually part of that.
I was.
Yeah, so at that time, I think that was the challenge area time. So. Yeah, so that was the thing. It's just like come up with different challenges and also film it. And then I was trying to get into gaming, but I had my college school laptop and like this little Elgato thing to capture gaming because I wasn't a PC gamer at the time.
it was a wee lass of everyone was a broke college student trying to just have fun. It's the best way I can describe it.
It was, but then the reason why I stopped with that one was because I hate video editing. That's why I stream now. I just, if I had known about Twitch at that time, we might have had a chance. But like, yeah, I was just not into creating video content and doing all that stuff. Or like, no, I do like video content. I should say I didn't like video editing because I just hate over and over listening to the same joke, doing time and time and again, and it just took so much time. And again, I was a college student trying to also do well in school.
Yeah, because I remember one of the first videos I think I've ever helped you with wasn't even for YouTube. It was for my cousin's high school video about like some educational thing, and he had asked you and me to like, hey, can you help me with this? And we're like, dude, we could do a video. Absolutely, let's do it.
That was so cringe.
Thank God it's not on the internet, but
oh no, it's still there.
Is it really?
It's still there. It's just hard to find that channel.
All right, thank God. But that video back then I was super proud of because I made some like one-liners that were funny to me, but in retrospect, it's like, bro, you can make a better script. Like, yeah, you can cringe at your own past self because, like, dude, you could have like now directly look at the camera and like said it.
And
you could have just
look directly at the camera, wink at it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, we're not at the office, so you shouldn't be doing that.
But going back to the question of like what video basically made me want to do YouTube, I want to say it was the time of probably a Matthias. I don't know if you remember him, but he had like. He made a channel called Team Edge later, and he did a video with Markiplier, like doing the challenges, like these like phone app stuff. So it's like, oh, I could easily do that. Just set up one camera, record our things, and do that. Because I think like it was Dan and Phil had made a game on their phone, and I was like, oh, that's super easy to do. And then once I learned how to do that, I tried to learn how to do the gameplay stuff. It was just a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, like that was back when challenges were like super fun to do.
That was the challenge area of YouTube.
Yeah, because you want to like do like the hot chip challenge or like eat 50 nuggets of McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we did do the 50 nugget challenge.
Yeah, so we did in our past lives. We did who can eat, I think, 50 chicken nuggets the fastest, and it was a pan view of everyone trying to eat as fast as we could. And
at the time, that video quality wasn't bad, actually.
No, it wasn't. It was 720, and for us as broke college students, was really freaking good.
It's actually funny that you say that, just because it's that same camera I'm using right now to do my motion tracking for my VTuber model.
So it was back then, man. 720 was really good back then.
It was good enough. Like 1080 was out, but like for
1080
starting out.
Yeah, but 1080 was like real expensive back in the day.
Yeah.
Great. This is like 10 plus years ago, so bear with us on this.
Holy shit! It was 10 plus years ago.
It was like 10 plus years ago.
I am old.
Yeah. So how do you think I feel sometimes, man?
You're still younger than me.
So it was 10 plus years ago. We did it, and I distinctly remember us eating it, and I'm sitting here like struggling, trying to fucking stuff these down my throat and like have a conversation.
Yeah, that was the thing. Was eat and like talk about it, be entertaining.
Yeah, and then I look to my right, and all I see is Randy just like an anime. They just grab him by handfuls and just fucking toss it in their mouth like a garbage disposal.
I was not grabbing it by the handfuls.
That's what it looked like on my point of view. It was like he's never seen food before in his life. It just.
Can I also point out how dumb you were at the time?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. You want to call
chose
me?
like a spicy sauce. I couldn't remember if it was buffalo or something.
Yeah. I chose buffalo sauce. I'm like, I want to have flavor in my nuggies.
It started to burn after 50 nuggets or something.
It was so bad because I think what I did was I dumped the sauce and I shook the container so it would be evenly coated, whatever. And I'm like
gourmet Geo over here.
I was eating these nuggies and halfway through it, I'm like asking, like, is there water? Can I have some water here? I'm dying, guys. Yeah. And everyone else is like, every man for themselves. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so going back to like old YouTube stuff. Well, we didn't really touch a lot about the challenge era.
Yeah.
Because again, we were trying to capitalize on that. Well, I was at least.
Yeah.
Because with the whole challenge era, that was like a crazy thing where it's just like we have to make this ridiculous and like get it clickbaity and stuff and just like all that stuff.
Yep, but, the era of the clickbaits.
Yeah, because you had Dude Perfect and all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay. This I forgot. I was going to talk about
really
the.
Cool.
I'm going to switch gears real fast. We're going to take a U-turn again.
Oh, U-turn.
Smosh.
Smosh, the original orchestrators.
Yes. Do you because that was in the beginning era of YouTube as well. Because
the very beginnings.
Did you watch a lot of Smosh?
I did. I watched a few bits. I wasn't. For me, Smosh, it wasn't as entertaining for me as it was for others. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. So
you just didn't like how random everywhere they were or something.
Yeah, for me it was just like, oh, okay, I get how they're funny, but for me it wasn't my sort of comedy. Mm-hmm. But then you had videos that I was really into that people were like, it's boring, right? Mm-hmm. Smosh, though, I would give them all the credit because they were funny for a good portion of their stuff.
Yeah,
that they did.
Yeah, because so during the Smosh area, I felt like it was an awkward period for YouTube because as at that time you had Fred, Annoying Orange, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just at that time the only people I watched was Smosh at that era because I couldn't deal with Fred, even though.
Yeah, Fred with his voice.
Yeah, and then
he purposely changed his voice to.
Yeah, it was just so shrill and high pitched and everything. It's okay, I had enough of that. And then you had Annoying Orange, which I always thought was weird. But
Annoying Orange. Yeah, dude, I forgot about these things.
Yeah. And the thing is there's those three, and basically. That was kind of the crazy thing about it, where that's when producers and stuff is oh, there's a lot of people watching this, and at the time of YouTube, because nobody has tread this path before, your deal was get popular enough and sell it to a large organization. So that's kind of that's what Smosh did. Fred started doing stuff on was it Nickelodeon or something?
Nickelodeon, yeah.
And I think Annoying Orange did some kind of cartoon deal too.
Yeah. That because back then that was the end goal. That was the true end goal.
Yeah, and now we realize all the deals that they had were pretty bad deals. So.
In retrospect, yeah.
Yeah, because again, the internet's healing. We have Smosh back with the original creators of Anthony Padilla and Ian Hickok.
Yeah, they're back. They're back.
Yeah, the internet. That was not gonna lie, when that happened, it was parlay. Everything that's everybody trying to do the drama and stuff is no, let's hold up. We have a moment. Everybody Silence.
Silence because we got it back.
Yeah. And like the same thing with Matt Pat, where it's like when he was retiring and everything.
Yeah,
that was
he's retiring.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Yeah. I remember when Five Nights at Freddy's coming out.
Oh, that was also another era too.
Right, like Five Nights coming out, and you're thinking like, dude, this horror game has like this insane lore behind it. What? And then Matt Pat's theories comes out about it, and you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
And so then now you're just watching because you're waiting for the next game, or you want people to watch it, because that got really huge because of the story behind what it was.
It's way too convoluted for me now. Like I was into it up to like the third, I guess. I mean, I did watch some stuff in the fourth, but like it got so convoluted, and I want to say like if I was the writer of that series, I was just like, I don't know where else to go.
I do know that he had to retcon a few things because it got bigger than he ever expected it to be.
That's like nobody really expects to like have that to pop off right away. Cause
especially for how big it was.
Yeah, it got big,
like,
and then they got a movie.
He even has a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
rip that Markiplier wasn't able to get in there, but with scheduling conflicts and stuff. So I mean, it's understandable.
We were so close. So because he had his videos. Because he had his videos of like, I am the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, because he beat everything in and like.
Yeah, so like, the thing about like Five Nights at Freddy's is like, like when you think of the face of that, it's Matt, Pat, and Mark.
Right, that's what I think of.
Yeah. Which I know both of them are pretty good friends with each other. It seems like so.
It's always so nice, like looking back at those and just like thinking, man, it was such a simpler time back then too. For what they were doing, how it was done. Because now you have people who steal other people's content. Like they'll just like take the video and post it somewhere else, and then that video gets more popular than the original.
Yeah, that's the kind of idea when we talk about clippers and stuff.
Yeah, like that's just super unfortunate. So now here, let me ask you this for on YouTube side of things. What's a worse feeling, I guess I should say, is thinking that no one's gonna watch, or a video getting too much dislikes?
Both aren't great.
Yeah, both of them not.
I would say probably the dislike one would suck more. If it's like something like, say, if it was something like I was passionate about, because like I would say like the personality stream, when I got the one dislike, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But like the thing about the no views, that also sucks too, because just like you start getting those thoughts of like, am I doing something wrong or what? But like,
yeah,
I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm confident. Well, not confident, but confident in myself as a person.
That's what you said on the stream.
I mean, when it comes to other people and talking about confidence, it's just like I've realized I have to like myself before taking any stock to someone else saying stuff.
There you go. You go.
And so it's just like, and here's the easy thing, which like this pleases my introvert self, of, oh, I'm the person that disliked it or something like that. I'm never gonna see them. I doubt I will see these people in real life.
Yeah.
So like, so them disliking it's like they can have their own opinion and stuff, so that's fine. It should not affect me in real life anyways.
So now we can talk about how like YouTube is a kind of like a comfort place for some people. I know it is for me when I have like a background.
I feel like it used to be. I feel over the times YouTube has just been different as well. Because like there is like, again, there's new worries that you have to worry about. Like getting doxxed, getting bullied, and then everything's looked under a microscopic thing where it's just like, well, you said this in
Oh yeah, 3 years ago.
2010, in which it is 2040, and that's controversial. You insensitive bastard. And
Yeah.
it's like a different time, man, different how our thoughts are doing it, and it's like as now as a person, I'm grown and I know it's wrong. So
Yeah. Because everything's out there.
yeah. And like I guess that is the scary thing about live streaming is like whatever you do say out there is out there. I mean, after the VOD's over or after the stream's over, I can go in and edit the VOD anyways, but those people that are like have the bigger
In the moment,
YouTubes,
yeah.
they're like they got everything before you even get the chance to cut that out. And then you have to worry about being on a drama page for a YouTuber that says this person had said this or did this.
Yeah, because then he got you worried about everything else.
And I don't want to say the YouTuber or something right now.
Yeah.
This might be like controversial as well if I'm even mentioning this. Like someone went to like Starbucks, and then in itself that was controversial in itself.
They went to Starbucks?
Yeah. And it was something about what Starbucks is doing. I guess there was a boycott for Starbucks because I didn't know that. So I was being ignorant and I didn't understand what the thing is. And I guess the person that did post that picture didn't understand that. But I think how she approached it was not in good taste. So then everybody was on that person about that.
That sucks.
Yeah. Which is, because, yeah, so like that's the thing with the new era of YouTube is like, everything is going to be kind of looked up on a microscope. You just got to avoid the landmines and stuff. But as a smaller creator, it doesn't 100% matter right now.
So that's at least that's nice, you know? Mm-hmm. Somewhat, at least.
Yeah. But yeah, for larger content creators, that is a thing to worry about. And like getting big, you have... So basically... If anyone else there becomes a larger content creator, prepare to do a lot of PR.
A PR life.
Yeah. Which I've in my IRL jobs that it's not fun. But you have to appease your customers, which would be our viewers now.
So, excuse me. One thing that I do like about YouTube is how it's nice for what it is, if that makes sense. This is just me as a viewer, not as a content creator. It's nice to where you can watch a video and just have it in the background. Like you don't have to like consistently talk to the person, but you're just in the background.
Mm-hmm. And like I think I've heard it where like Aaron from the Game Grumps, he talks about it. He loves it when sometimes when his like friends are streaming, he'll just put their stream on the background so it doesn't feel as lonely. And I think that's why YouTube popped off a lot during the time of COVID and Twitch, because again, we're not allowed to be like near each other and stuff. But when you're streaming and you're able to chat in the chat with people and talk to them.
Yeah, because you can have that human interaction that everyone craves.
Yep.
So.
And then Among Us popped off, and now Among Us is like 100% dead.
Is it really dead?
Well, it's just they changed a lot, man.
I would love to play Among Us again. I truly would. That game was fun. Truly was fun. At least for me it was. I love watching people play it. Like, you watch all these YouTubers get together, play Among Us, and then just yelling at each other like, you're full of shit, or like all that.
So I liked old Among Us.
Like when it very first came out?
Yeah, because the thing about it, because it wasn't like, because nowadays you have to sign in an account. You can't change your name or anything. You level up to get accessories and stuff. It's just like,
oh, that's new. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you like look at new Among Us, it's a different beast. But I just remember the time where the game was free on mobile and all that stuff, and it was me, my cousin, and you. We were playing Among Us, and then I had logged into my regular phone, my work phone.
Oh yeah.
And then
It was
all
like
our names
three.
was I, you, and then the letter U.
Yup.
uh,
I, you, me, she.
yeah. So, and then you, like, I don't know if it was you or my cousin that I confused about because it's like, who's you? It's me. Who's me?
You,
Me.
dude. I think it was your cousin because we couldn't figure it out, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna vote you," and they're like, "You or the you," and I was like, "No, you," and it's just
You're not clarifying on you as the person
yeah,
or the letter.
yeah, it was so funny. It was like, oh my gosh.
I do remember I think we killed Emily a lot, and then I was the last person to kill her, and she was vowed to kill me, and she sought it out.
She did it. She did it in the best way possible. Did it in front of everyone.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I forgot. I'm trying to like say names, but
So it was hilarious. Did it in front of everyone, and she's like, "Yeah, I did it.
yeah.
Fuck, you gonna do about it?" And we're like,
And also I remember the time we were playing with her, and I didn't know who. I don't remember who killed her, but I found her body and then put my body on top of it, so you couldn't see it. But like when you walked up to me, you could see this report.
She was so mad because I think it was my brother who killed her.
Yeah,
And she's
because
like,
like I thought it was my cousin,
She's like,
and he like came in and walked away, and then came back in.
"Yup."
And then he stood on top of me as well.
Yeah, because she was like, "Oh, Randy's gonna report it. Jose's got it. He's done. Doesn't report. Your cousin gets there. Doesn't report." And she was molding so bad. I remember the text that she sent, and she's like, after the game, she's like, "I am so done with Soul's BS. I swear to God, the moment I get to kill him, he's gonna die."
She was right about that commitment. She did.
She took it, did it with no hesitation. It was like, "Yeah, I did. What the fuck you gonna do about it?" We're like, "All right, you know what? We're just gonna."
Yeah, she killed me right away.
Yeah, we're like, "All right, you know what? We're just
If
gonna."
anyone's like curious of what kind of Among Us player is, I'm a troll. I screw around. And then, because every time I try to play actual detective, I end up getting killed.
Do you really?
It seems like it. Because every time I try to, like, oh, it's Geo, nobody listens to me.
Nah, Geo has never been the killer.
Nah, you have been the killer because your MIA is, I kill and self-report. I figured that shit out, and no one believed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you figured that out, I think, after the second or third time I did it.
Yeah.
And no one believed you. Not a single soul believed you.
Yeah, and then
like,
you hunted me down, and then you framed your partner at the time.
Yep. Framed him. He had to go.
Yeah, Dan, like I will say you're a ruthless Among Us player.
I'll kill it. I have the moment to do it. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, you guys are looking at this innocent penguin eyes. Nah.
Nah, dude, the penguin.
Like, if you look closely into his eyes, there's just fire and hell.
Dude, he is the emperor penguin. You all knaves bow to his fucking feet. That's right. He's the emperor penguin. You'll love to hear it. You'll love to hear it.
Yeah, I don't know if whenever the stream catches up, because I know you can't see it, but you are gone. Thanos snapped you.
Did Thanos stab me? Oh my god, no!
Now you're just the voices in my head.
Now I'm just the voices. Dude, you're just jealous of the penguinos. The penguinos will rise.
Is that what you're naming your fan base of the Penguinos?
Penguinos? Fuck yeah, dude. That'd be so cool. Penguinos. The penguinos will rise, and we shall conquer all. All for little Oreos.
I'm trying to get in the oil industry right now.
Yeah, all for the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Just remembering all about the YouTube stuff and all that, it just brings back good memories.
Yeah. It is crazy. Like there is like you can definitely say there was just different eras in YouTube because it was like so if I do this right, you have the meme ones, the one hit wonders, which is like Chocolate Rain, the Dramatic Squirrel, and all that stuff, the meme kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have the era where it was like skits, I would say, at that point, where you like actual video content was being made with Rooster Teeth, Nigahiga.
Yeah, actual.
Yeah, like all those baked content people.
Yeah.
And then I would say after them, that's when like the gameplay started coming up.
Yeah, there was more like let's players and everything.
Yeah, so those came up, and then kind of at the same time with the creepypasta area because Slender became a thing, so they kind of like rode together at that same junction.
Yeah.
And then I would say challenge era at that time as well.
Yeah, with the challenges. Like there was a bunch of challenges like building a what is it, the gingerbread houses.
Oh yeah, we did do that, huh?
Yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah. And then it gets kind of hazy later after all, because like after that, it felt like the gameplay and reaction stuff kind of like kept on going forward from there.
I think the reaction. I know what the controversy with the reaction is when they do stuff that's like copyright, like they're blatantly copywriting something.
Yeah.
That's where like it gets issues and everything. Because that became a whole thing.
Yeah. The whole copyright stuff, it's
that's a whole other Easter egg.
Yeah, it's a whole different beast that I don't even know if we could talk about for 2 hours.
That's a whole Easter egg.
Oh, because I also forgot to add this. The skit era, I should say. There we go. Same right words. I would throw Smosh, Annoying Orange, and Fred into that area. Wait, I totally forgot. We did have a vlog area where people had to vlog all the time.
The vloggers, those are pretty good. Like where they vlog their daily lives.
That was kind of like right after the challenge era, I think, the vloggers.
I think with vlogging, it's cool to see if you can't travel, if you're like stuck at home or in a hospital bed, and you get to see the outside world. But I can't imagine how embarrassing.
Yeah, because just for future reference, like in 2 weeks we go to a con, and like I've been going back and forth the idea of like filming and stuff and all that.
That would be you. I would be too embarrassed.
I don't know if I could 100% do it. If I do, it's just gonna be like a short video, or maybe like I'm gonna like post some pictures up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that would be.
I hate holding a camera in public.
Right, because it gets people like looking at you. Like people would just stare at you, and like not because they want to be in the video, they're just staring at you because they know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because it's different. Because I can't imagine like walking the streets of a city, like talking to a camera, and if people are just walking around, just
Like, I know it's more common now, but I still can't do it because again, it's that introvert of self-embarrassment. I can't really be that person. I also thought it'd be funny if I just went to the con as like dressed up as my VTuber self, because this is not hard to dress up as.
You just need just contacts on your eyes.
And like I would also put get a picket fence, like not fence, sign that says I'm a VTuber. My model looks exactly like me, just with hair.
So, yeah, it would be freaking crazy. You should do that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, because in a couple weeks, I believe will be the first Saturday where we don't have Geo, unfortunately, but that's because we're both going to a con.
Yeah, I don't know if there would be an Abe on Sundays either.
So That'll be the first time where there won't be, but I know the following week the topic will be about con life and like how it is to go to one and the experiences that we all both have.
You're getting a little bit of a preview for
Right?
for like 3 weeks in the future.
I know, 3 weeks in the future. It's just that is one of the things that we will be doing. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah. But okay, any more thoughts on YouTube? Any eras or anything, videos that you've watched and stuff?
One thing that I do want to say is the how YouTube changed, because I remember in high school it was about music to like AMVs to how do you do something to now it's being about like VTubers because my friends are VTubers and now all I know about VTubers is my fucking YouTube. How cool some people's hobbies are. Like I watched a whole YouTube video about someone changing their PS5 into like a Lord of the Rings case.
Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about. Is it the?
I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and it randomly popped up on a YouTube thing.
It was Nerdforge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
And you just sit there like, oh my gosh, like just watching someone create something out of nothing.
I will say, just with like YouTube now, like a lot of the stuff like for entertainment, it feels like there's a lot of back then a lot of gatekeeping. So with now YouTube, people are able to show off their talents a lot easier. It's not like, again, like people that want to be in voice acting now can have a chance to show off their voice acting skills on YouTube.
Right? They can do like a little skits and they can like do something to get their voices out there.
Like, yeah, take a look at Markiplier because like literally he started in video just doing Let's Plays, learning how to do video editing, getting better at it, and now he's making a whole movie. And like without YouTube helping him kind of learn that stuff, he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have. He might have still been able to make it, but yeah. And then like Wong Fu Production and Rocket Jump, all those people learned a lot about editing and stuff, and like their edits are actually very impressive.
Right? Like they be able to do things. Like you see some people that have like really cool SFX.
Mm-hmm.
And all this stuff, animation has gotten really freaking cool.
Yeah, so like a lot of the stuff, and that's the thing is like they have a place to actually share it with people and get the people that actually appreciate it instead of what's like forced on us on actual cable TV because a producer thinks this will be popular. This is a popular idea.
Yeah, right? You get to decide what you want to watch, not because it's just there.
Yeah, so I mean there's like some kind of gatekeeping and shadow banning on YouTube, but I think that we could save that for a different topic or time.
Yeah, that'll be a different...
Yeah, because that's a whole controversy in itself, but I don't really want to get too in depth with that.
Get too into it.
Yeah. YouTube, don't shadow ban me, please.
Please, man. I just want to have fun. That's all
I just want to talk to people and connect with them.
Right? Like, just let me have a moment.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It is, like, YouTube, like, you can say what you is. It does, I feel like it does help a lot of people out there.
I say it does more good than it does bad. In my personal opinion. I think there's more good to it than there is like, oh, YouTube's terrible for blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it got me to like watch some cool things and care about things. Mm-hmm. It got me to like how I watch Maximilian do for fighting games. I watch almost every other of his videos since I've but like got introduced to his content.
Yeah.
So feels great, man.
Feels great. You feel great.
Feels good.
You feel good about yourself?
I do actually.
Yeah, I noticed.
as the Emperor Penguin that I am, feels great.
Mm-hmm.
So, any last words?
Poop.
No.
Poop. That's it.
That's how you're gonna end it. All right. Oh my gosh! Come on, guy.
No. You think you have the power to end a stream on my channel.
What?
You don't have the controls of OBS. I am the gatekeeper of this YouTube channel. Well,
I am the gatekeeper. What are you, the friggin'?
And this is a surprise subathon. We are streaming. I wish I could do a subathon.
Subathon? Oh my gosh. I think so. That's a good topic. Subathons are really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I think so. Like I'm gonna be streaming for X amount of time. And if we meet X goals, I'm gonna do something really crazy or something that people really want him to do.
Not gonna lie, while you were talking, I thought about hitting the outro music.
Damn. But, one of the things would be like, if we had a subathon for you, one of the goals would be like, hey, if he gets like 5, we can have him start like a freaking Mario campaign.
Never.
Platformers.
Never. I refuse to beat a Mario game.
I refuse. Fine, we'll just make you play Sonic again and traumatize you.
I refuse to play Sonic as well. There's too much trauma back there.
Too much trauma. Oh no.
All you see on stream is this. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Oh no! And just have like shaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't see it, but yeah, my model's shaking crazily.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be pretty good. So I think subathons are really cool.
Yep. All right. I think it's now time to end the stream.
Has to end on his terms.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. On the next Saturday
Geo
with
Chat at
Geo Chat.
So, yeah. See you later.
See ya.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. But